Hi ladies, so I decided to make an update. I'm 5 days past my IUI now, and the IUI went really good, I think. It was a little nerve-wracking at first because I ended up getting my positive OPK the 16th, and I had an ultrasound scheduled for the 17th, which you'd think would be perfect timing, but they didn't want to do the ultrasound. They just wanted me to do the IUI, which I thought that was very weird because on my cycle D2 scan, it showed that I had a antral follicle count of 70, which is extremely high. So I figured with them putting me on such a high dose of letrozole that they would want to monitor my follicles and make sure that I didn't overstimulate, but they didn't. So we just went ahead and went through with the IUI, and it was very uncomfortable. I felt a little bit of pain, but it wasn't anything unbearable. It was nothing compared to my HSG I had. Nothing like that. I mean, you can feel the catheter going in, but it wasn't something that I wouldn't do again. So it wasn't a huge deal, but we went ahead and did that. I laid down for about 10 minutes after the IUI, and then we're about 2.5 hours away from our RE. So my husband drove home, and I got to lay down for the 2.5 hour ride home. So I mean, I was really down for a lot of the time. The day of the IUI, when I came home, I was cramping, and I didn't bleed, but I stayed down most of the day. I laid down. I only had hot drinks that day, lots and lots and lots of water. I had socks on, pants on. I tried keeping myself as warm as possible. And I seen an extremely high temp rise the next day. I'll provide a link with my chart. So far my temps have been very high. I had a fallback rise on cycle day 3, which was the first time that's ever happened, but can't really determine right now if it has anything to do with pregnancy or not. But so far I've been taking my vitamins. I've been eating pineapple since the IUI, and I'm just really tired. Most of my days I actually take a nap, normally between like 2 and 5 o'clock, and I sleep for a couple hours. I'm not sleeping very well at night, and I'm having lots of baby dreams, lots of dreams of me getting pregnant and me seeing a positive pregnancy test, me having a baby. But I'm just really tired, really, really, really tired. And the first couple of days I was really hungry, but now I'm not. I'm not hungry at all. I kind of feel sick, actually. But not like a nauseated, like morning sickness type of thing. I feel like I have a cold. Like my head hurts and my face kind of feels hot. My temperature has been awesome though. My chart looks awesome. But I'm trying not to get my hopes up, and I'm trying to plan on doing another IUI because I know that the first cycle doesn't work a lot. But today I didn't really have any cramping up until about an hour ago. On my left side I had some severe pinching, and it's very dull now, but it started off very, very sharp. So I mean, I of course I'm symptom spotting. I see lots of things that could be pregnancy related, but at the same time, I mean, there are women who have every pregnancy symptom, their chart looks awesome, and they're not pregnant, and there are women who, have zero symptoms and their chart looks like crap, they have low temperature, and then they're pregnant. So, I mean, it's kind of up in the air right now, and I'm trying to come to terms with that. I thought it was really funny. I took a pregnancy test yesterday morning, which would have been for DPIUI, and of course it was negative, but I'm just really anxious for this cycle because I actually get to take a test on my birthday if I want to. I'll be 10 DPIUI on my birthday. I'll be 23. So it's on Easter. So I'm really, 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 really hoping that I get a positive this time. But I do realize that I responded to Clomid, and I responded to letrozole really well. I have lots of little follicles. My husband's semen analysis is amazing, and our post-wash was 123 million, which is ridiculously high. And she told us that they like to see over 10 million, but ours was so high, and I can't find any information on why it was so high. And that was post-wash. That was the sample that I had signed and that they had put in me. So, so with that being said, I know that my chances of getting pregnant are high as long as I keep doing this IUI, and hopefully I'll only have to do IUIs. So if I'm not pregnant this month, I'm really, really hoping for a January baby at least. So hopefully next month, but I will keep you guys updated. I'll definitely do a video on whether or not the pregnancy test is negative or positive. Either way, I'll still update you guys, because I cannot stress enough how frustrating it is to come across a video blog or come across a blog or a forum of like a woman who's like going through everything you're going through, and then it disappears and you never figure out if she's pregnant or not. And it was like 5 years ago, and it's just so frustrating. So I try to keep everybody updated, at least like if I got pregnant, what worked, what didn't work, you know, this cycle. So one thing that we did do different this cycle, 3 days before we did the IUI and I got a positive OPK, we did have sex, and we used pre-seed. We always use pre-seed, but this time I used a soft cup. Now, I used soft cups for my periods before, and they're terrible. Just so everyone knows, they're terrible to use. But with me using it after sex, it wasn't actually that bad. I kept it in for about 5 hours, I guess. I didn't want to sleep with it just because I have long fingernails, and I just don't want like the hassle of like digging around in there and everything. So I just kept it in there for a short period of time. But anyway, that's about it. I'm pretty sure that's the only thing I did different this cycle. I'm taking my prenatals, B6 complex, vitamin D and vitamin C, and I'm only drinking water for at least the last 2 weeks. I think I slipped up and we went to a restaurant, and I slipped up and I had a Pepsi, and I remember drinking it halfway, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that. I completely forgot. But I'm drinking room temperature water. That's really, really all I'm drinking lately. I think a couple of times I've had like a fruit smoothie, but it's also been room temperature, which isn't the greatest when you're drinking something room temperature, but I've completely cut out caffeine. I haven't had coffee in forever. I haven't had tea in forever. I'm really, really trying to make my body as healthy as possible so that this pregnancy sticks, and that when I am pregnant, I won't have any issues. So anyway, I will keep you guys updated on what's going on, and hopefully I'm going to be super silly and take a pregnancy test at 5DPIUI, which would be in Thursday. It'd be Thursday, so a couple days from now. I'll update you guys on the results there, and then I'll go from there, and hopefully I'll have some good news, and if not, we'll be on to the next cycle. So, thank you.